Hey y'all. Hey Alexis. Hey DeAndrea. Thank you. I actually just installed these locks today. So they brand spanking new. Hey Miss Frazier. Hey Janelle. But yeah, I just installed these. I had to take those knotless braids out. I don't think I'll ever do knotless braids ever again because they don't last long enough for me. The roots start looking old within 3 to 5 business days. And I think I made them too skinny. I didn't like the real skinny braids either. I like this style much better. It's fuller. I don't know. And plus, eventually I want to have like what do you call real locks. Like I wanna have real locks in my hair one day. I'm just growing my hair out. So I've seen the cast already, and Trevor is the hottest. Okay. Now I remember somebody. Who was it last season? You said was the hottest, and he turned out to be one of the worst. I mean, he wasn't unattractive, but we gonna see. Her locks are so hard to take out. I think if you don't know how they are installed, then they're hard to take out. But because I installed them myself, I kind of know the mechanics of how they work. So I know where to cut. Like I know, I think some people just don't look while they're getting their hair done. Hey, Soul Shantae. Hey, looking beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't do me like that. I know, but I had to bring it up. I had to bring it up because the last time we did this, I have to look at the video. I probably had some bad predictions too. I live in CLT and I know people who know people. Wait, CLT, Charlotte, North Carolina. Interesting. We're gonna need you around. I've cut my hair taking faux locks out, and I'm just like, okay. Look, y'all, I don't know what kind of faux locks y'all are getting, but the kind I did was I got the little crochet loop. These are soft locks, 12-inch. And so you take the little loop and you loop it onto the braid of your real hair, and then wrap it around with Marley hair. And so I can kind of tell the the loop crochet hair versus like the Marley. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little different. I can tell. I kind of know where it stops and starts. I'm not gonna cut all the way up here, but if you cut where it ended, it'll start to unravel, or it should. Hopefully ain't too much tea for this season, but I will find out what I can. What they saying about Trevor, DeAndre? I don't know. Yeah, what are they saying? I would like to know. All you have to do is twist it the opposite way, then put. That's even better. That's an even better technique right there. I live in Charlotte as well, and I went to high school with one of the contestants. Okay, before I'm gonna let some more people come in before I start really, giving my whole rant about it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I haven't really looked at the people on the list, but it's crazy because last season we did this and the prospects for the men just were not great. And then that season for sure reflected that. And then not only that, I've been meaning to do a video talking about all the lawsuits against the production company behind Love is Blind and just all of what went down last season. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like, y'all need to vet these people better, because y'all are not just choosing people to date. Y'all are choosing people to get married to each other. And so you got to be careful of who y'all are placing around, non-suspecting people, because you're going to be held liable. You're going to be responsible for that in the long run. I don't see none right now, but Trevor looks like a bodybuilder from a quick look on his IG. I don't know about him. We'll see, child. But I feel like we didn't have a good feeling about a lot of the people from last season. Honestly, and this is another thing. Like, I see them always promote the show, and I feel like this is something that has been said over and over. But they always promote the show to Black people with Black contestants, whether that's on the what's the Black Netflix page. I forgot. Strong Black Lead, whether it's on that Instagram page or whether I turn on Netflix and the first screen that pops up is a Black face. But then when we actually watch the show, we barely get to see, well, mostly the Black women contestants. We don't even get to see their story. Some of them get matched and they never actually make it to the little honeymoon or vacation or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, so why are y'all using the Black women to promote the show so you can bring in more Black viewers? But then when we actually watch the show, you edit them out. You rarely show them. We barely hear them say 2 words. Okay. And when you do, it's always the tragic, toxic love story every single time. Now, I'm not going to say they only show Black people with toxic love stories, because we have Tiffany and Brett, you know what I'm saying? But that's more so the anomaly, if we're going to be honest, with Black and white. But that's more so the anomaly. But that whole situation last season with Uche and dang, her name is slipping my mind. But y'all know what I'm talking about. That whole situation last season, and then allowing Uche and the Hispanic lady to stay on that show and even let her walk down the aisle without pulling them from the show, ruining the integrity of the show, just so y'all can have some mess. What? Girl, they making Love is Blind. What does UAE stand for? Thank you. Hello, Dom. But yeah, I just feel like they could do better when it comes to vetting people, when it comes to also, if you're gonna have Black people on the show, Black women on the show, have contestants on the show that are interested in Black women and that are not afraid to bring Black women home to their families, because they know their families will not like her because she's Black. And actually say that, but y'all don't put that on camera because it'll make y'all look bad. Oh, United States Air. Oh, interesting. They got too many strict rules over there. Are they? I don't know. They got a lot of strict rules over there. I know. I don't know. Let me not say that. I haven't seen Love is Blind Sweden. I really haven't watched anything Love is Blind since that last season. And I know like other franchises like from different countries are probably better, but after that last season, I just I didn't feel like it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the list. That's what I'm saying. UAE is strict. Like, I didn't think this would ever happen. Like, I am kind of shocked to hear that they're gonna have a Love Is Blind, and especially, I don't know what their customs are when it comes to marriage, but I don't know. It seems like a lot. Please watch Brazil. I love season 3. I might check it out, y'all. I might check it out. Right now I'm watching Traders. So once I get done with that last episode, I might go switch over to Netflix and watch Love Is Blind. What is it? Brazil? Having contestants that like black women won't push the black women or undesirable agenda like they like to push. Exactly. And you know what's crazy? Not to jump on a Ready to Love tangent, but Ready to Love is no better, and that's supposed to be geared toward blacks. That's supposed to be geared towards black women. It's on a network dedicated to black women, and when you think about it, a lot of shows on that network, it's just counterproductive to healthy relationships. And I've seen it for a long time, but things are starting to come together when you think about the show Black Love and how they always promoted toxicity. And then we see, I mean, these past few seasons of Ready to Love have been horrendous. And Love and Marriage, Huntsville, like shows like that, it just seems like it's an agenda at this point. They got black people on Brazil, gorgeous black. Oh, okay, let me go check it out there. All right, you guys. I'm gonna get started for real this time. Okay. So we're gonna start with the women. Is the light flashing behind me, or is that just my screen doing that? Because my light is not flickering, but it looks like it's flickering on screen. If it does look like it's flickering on screen, I don't know what to do to change that. Please ignore it. Okay, this is Brittany. Okay, let's get a good look at Brittany. She's cute. Okay, Brittany is 25 and a senior client partner. Brittany says she's still single because she's keeping her high standards. That means not compromising on her strong Christian morals or her distaste for poor dental hygiene. Even though she's only 25 years old, Brittany sees herself as wise beyond her years, which has left her feeling frustrated with the casual dating scene in Charlotte. While she's learning to be more patient with potential suitors, she's only interested in a serious relationship that could lead to marriage one day. I am looking for someone who is strong and able to provide me with peace and a partner. Life is tough, but being able to roll the punches and continue to grow together is what I'm looking for. Okay, what do y'all think of Brittany? She seems like, I don't know, she seems like somebody that probably even is gonna be matched up with someone. I could see her getting snatched up real quick for some reason. I don't know. But she sounds cool. Okay, now let's move on to Alejandra. Okay, Alejandra, she looks very sweet. She looks like your typical girl next door type of look. She's 28 and a financial consultant. She said being single is a choice for Alejandra, who refuses to settle when it comes to finding true love. I see a bright future for myself, and I want to make sure that the partner that I choose is someone that only adds to my life as a self-described alpha woman. Ooh, they don't have a problem with that. Alejandra is looking to meet her alpha male match in the pods. Her ideal guy is very strong, confident, and a natural born leader who she can follow confidently through life's ups and downs. He also must be emotionally intelligent and be able to effectively communicate. Alejandra admits she'll snap if a guy doesn't close the toilet after flushing, but she knows that everybody, including herself, is a work in progress. I'm most proud of the personal growth I've made in the past few years to take care of myself first. She says, I'm constantly working on being a better version of myself. Her dress is very cute. I do like the dress too. I hope she doesn't lead with the alpha male conversation, because Kevin Samuels then created a herd of men. They think they're alpha males, high value men, and can't bring nothing to the table to save their life. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, y'all. She seems sweet enough. I just hope she can find somebody. I hope we get to see her story. We don't get to see their stories, but hopefully this season is different. Okay, girl, she done popped that hip out. Who is this? Amber Desiree. I guess she goes by AD. Okay. Okay, AD. I ain't mad at it. She is 33 and a real estate broker. She says asking really surface level questions about her physical appearance in the pods is an automatic turnoff for Amber. I don't blame her on that. I don't blame her on that, because we supposed to be here to find out about each other's personalities. So if you're asking me about my physical appearance, then you're focused on the wrong thing. And it will be like a cut for me. Ben and Snap. What? Instead of looking for that forever type of love that stems from a soul connection, she's wasted enough time on men who haven't been ready to commit. Timing just has not been on my side, she says. I've always been ready, and then I meet people who are either halfway ready or lie to me. Amber's ideal guy is empathetic, smart, masculine, and just an overall good person who can handle her tendency to be a bit pushy at times. The former New England Patriots cheerleader. I knew she was giving cheerleader, because the way she was just posing. Pop. Is that what you meant by being snap? Like when she poked that pop? Yeah, she was giving cheerleader. Y'all remember Diamond from season 1? Same kind of energy. Also looking for someone to join her for morning workouts in the gym, where she could be found 4 times a week. Ultimately, respect and friendship are at the center of her ideal marriage, as she is not going to sacrifice her integrity for love. I stand strong in the things I believe in, she says. I'm a strong, proud Black woman, and these are things I just will not bend on. And I know that's right, okay? Love is supposed to be blind. Exactly. I like that she put that in there. Like, if you start asking about my appearance, then we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Then the hip is hipping. Exactly, Alexis. Okay. All right. She's giving the OC or hometown, small town girl. I don't know. Mackenzie, 25, and she's a makeup artist. As a former high school athlete, Mackenzie racked up thousands of points on the basketball court back in the day. Why do I feel like it's a Black man that's going to just fall in love when they hear that? Anyway, however, she feels that as a 6 foot tall woman, her height hasn't necessarily helped her succeed off court. She really don't even look that tall. Okay, she do kind of look tall now that I look at her. Because you have to look in the neck. When you're looking for height and you can't see the rest of their body, look at how long the neck is. And she does have a long neck. So I could see it. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Woo! Why does she all of a sudden look tall? I see it. I like that they've added a little variety too. Someone that's super tall, they need to add more variety. They need to add more people on here that are not just the same size. And then the largest person is like I don't know, 14, which nothing is wrong with that. But if love is blind, let's really test if love is blind. We already know love ain't blind by the past few seasons. And I really don't want to set people up for failure. But if you're really going to have the experiment, let's have the experiment. Anyway, I've been very picky being such a tall female. This experiment is going to be so good for me because I'm going to genuinely fall in love with someone who they are and not for who they are and not what they look like. The hookup heavy scene in Charlotte hasn't helped either. I have not heard good things about Charlotte, by the way. Dang. Where is a good place to find love? Most of the guys Mackenzie has met in real life or swiped past on dating apps just aren't ready to take the next step. And now it's what's on the inside that matters. And for Mackenzie, that means an extremely caring and empathetic man who believes in God and wants to have children someday. Whether I'm blessed enough to have them myself or adopt, I was born to be a mom, and it would be a deal breaker if they didn't want to have children. I hope have that conversation and really have that conversation in the pods, because that's a true deal breaker. People don't look at it as a deal breaker. I mean, she just said it was, but that really is, can make or break a relationship. If she does find that guy, Mackenzie can't wait to get sporty with her future partner and sign up for the sand and volleyball league. I never thought about that. Yes, you could tell it in it. I'm telling you, if you want to tell if somebody is tall, like if a guy send you a picture and he claims to be tall, look at his neck. Look at his neck. At this point, the best place to find love is Antarctica. Okay. Trevor loves I can't wait till we get to Trevor. We're hearing so much about Trevor. I haven't even seen him yet. But anyway, she seems cool enough. I wonder if she does match with someone, I wonder will the height affect this situation, because especially if she matches with someone who is shorter than her, that might present as a problem. You never know. Some short men are confident, in others it's a huge issue. All right, let's see. This is Amy C. Get into Amy C. All right now. Amy C is 34 and a PR director. With only one long-term relationship under her belt, Amy knows she's going to need to step outside of her comfort zone to meet her person. I want someone. Why do they think that only one long-term relationship? Maybe it was a really long-term relationship and she got real comfortable and she doesn't know how it is to date, and this is something that's going to help her get her feet wet. Okay. I want someone who is not only my best friend, but someone who pushes me to be better every day. In the past, if Amy didn't feel a spark in less than 5 minutes, she wouldn't have put in much effort. Dang, girl, give it a little bit of a chance. let it grow a little bit. I've missed out on people that could have been good for me because I feel like it's really not worth my time. But now she's turning over a new page in order to meet the right guy to help her be more vulnerable and let her walls down. While gestures like words of affirmation is not her thing, food is her real love language. Amy is an adventurous eater who loves to try new flavors. Sorry, vegans. She adds, ultimately, however, what's most important to Amy is being on the same page about starting a family. I definitely wouldn't be willing to sacrifice having kids. Okay. Once again, I hope she mentions that in the pods, and that's like in the forefront. And also, it sounds like she's very guarded, and it sounds like she's very like rigid. And there's nothing wrong with having boundaries, but you also, in something like this, you need to be open. And so, that could present a problem later if, somebody's trying to be vulnerable with you and want you to open up and you can't do it. Like, are you ready for this process is what I'm trying to say. No, I get you, because people will judge you so hard if you haven't been in a relationship. Like, can I have peace, please? Yeah, at first that's what I was taking it as, because she's only been in one long-term relationship. She feels like, oh, I can't get married. Yes, you can. It's plenty of people that went from no long-term relationship to married, and it's just fine. Like, I promise it's okay. But yeah, that's Amy. Let's move on. All right, let's move on to Sarah Ann. Oh, I like this dress, Sarah Ann. Why these shoes, these clear heels with these clear block heels, or I feel like all of them are wearing a different variant of the same shoe. I don't get it, but okay. Let's talk about Sarah Ann. She's 30 and a customer support manager. Excuse me. Sarah Ann is something of a dating unicorn in 2024. I have never used a dating app in my entire life, not once ever. You know what, y'all? I've never used a dating app, not once in my life ever. Now, have I met people online? Have I met people through DMs on Instagram or Twitter or, various apps? Yes, I have, but I've never actually signed up for a dating app and met somebody. Or I haven't signed up for one, period. So of course I haven't met anybody. And it's too late too, because I'm already in a relationship, happy, locked in. So I most likely never will. So I kind of like live vicariously through my friends, but I guess that is very rare in this day and age. She says, okay, being single for the last 4 years has primed Sarah Ann to make the most out of the experiment. She is looking to break some bad habits. I've built up this ideology that I am independent and that I can do everything on my own and don't ask for help. That can be a deterrent to men because everyone wants to feel needed. Sarah Ann is searching for a thoughtful, funny, extremely playful guy in the pods, someone who will embrace her religious life, as faith is not something she's willing to compromise on. But love is all about timing, and if Sarah Ann can stop being late to everything all of the time, her future husband might be waiting on the other side of that glowing blue wall. Okay, first of all, since religion is not something you play with, once again, that needs to be brought up. That needs to be one of the first things brought up whenever you have a conversation, because, so you'll know whether or not that person either can relate or can't relate, and then you can go from there. Now, when she's talking about she's looking to break some bad habits, once again, it seemed like somebody with their wall up. Are you ready? Are you actually ready? I don't know. It just seemed like she had a few red flags up in that little paragraph. Saying won't catch me dead on the apps. You definitely are not missing a single thing on these dating sites. I honestly, from what I heard, it's not like I actually want to, child. Like it's just like one of those novelty things to me, because I've never done it, but it's not like I really want to. Anyway, but yeah, that's Sarah Ann. Now let's move on to, okay, Danette. I like her little dress too. She seems like, see, this is how you could tell somebody is short. Look at her neck. Not saying she ain't got no neck, but it's kind of short. She just looks itty bitty. Okay, Danette is 33 and a flight attendant. Danette wants to build a strong foundation with her future husband, and a beautiful home on top of it to flex her DIY skills. Oh, y'all, I can't wait to have a home so I can do my DIY stuff too. Like, I love all things DIY. I look at that stuff all day long on TikTok and Instagram. I'm into that as well. I want to tear the house down and put it back together and make it real cute. No, that's not what I meant. I meant decorations, but I feel you. My guy just has to want to help, because you don't have to do the tile with me, but just carry the tiles upstairs for me. I know that's right. She said I can get to work myself. In the experiment, she's seeking an extremely supportive person who can cheer her on and believe she can do anything, even if her ideas might seem wild. I am unwilling to sacrifice being me, and that's just an all around crazy, adventurous person who's very spontaneous. The women from this season seem very independent and very dominant. She says she'll give all that energy right back in return to support her partner's dreams because men who are complacent and lack ambition won't keep her attention for long. I know that's right. I'll always support your dreams as long as you are making an effort, working towards them. But if you lack ambition, that is a big turnoff. And you always want somebody to support you. But Danette also has a shy side, which has made dating a challenge. She's over super cringy conversations on the apps. Well, girl, get ready because that's what Love is Blind is all about. Half the time, those conversations be very cringy. So she might as well get comfortable with it. Most of my life, I've been so introverted and a hermit that I missed out on so many opportunities. So relatable. So relatable. But lately, I've been pushing myself to get out of my comfort zone. So I'm actually one of the lucky ones that met my boyfriend on Hinge for almost 4 years now. I know other people in long-term relationships who also met their partner on Hinge. Okay. Well, if you are going to get on a dating app, try Hinge. Okay, that's a very good advertisement for them. I'll always support a dream unless it's dangerous, absolutely stupid. Okay. So that was Danette. Now here we are with Sunny. Okay. Hey, Sunny. Once again with these clear heels. She's 34 and a business analyst. With Love is Blind, Sunny is finally ready to tap into her main character energy. I want to be more of a lead in my story versus a sidekick. You know what's crazy? Looking at the photo, I would have thought she was like someone who thought she was like main character energy. The way she's posing, it gives very confident, like, look at me. I wouldn't have thought that she was someone who would play the sidekick role. She doesn't give that, but okay. In past relationships, that's how it's been for me. Sunny says she hasn't always given her love to the right people, leaving her to pick up the pieces and rebuild all by herself. I've learned that not everyone has the same heart as you, and that has been a really tough lesson for me to learn. Oh, that's so real. But that's why Sunny can't wait to meet a supportive and loving man who is ready to start a family. I don't know what show they think they're coming on. Let me stop. I don't know what show they think they're going on, but she wants a supportive and loving man who's ready to start a family and make her feel special. She's confident and she's ready to, no, she's confident she'll be able to spot the real deal in the pods, describing herself as a pretty intuitive person who can easily read others' emotions. Someone that lies, even if it's a small lie, is a deal breaker for me. I totally agree. Like, if you lying that early, you're gonna be lying the whole relationship. Sunny hopes that the right guy will be part of her next chapter and that they can travel around the world and take hip hop dance classes. What type of hip hop dance classes are y'all going to? I want to know. I want to see the teacher of those hip hop dance classes because I have a feeling I already know. It would be a beautiful thing just to share life with somebody who never makes you question who you are or your place in a relationship. I guess she seems sweet enough. Hopefully they have some decent guys on here. Let's see. Laura. This is Laura. Okay, nice little wrap dress. She is 34 and an account director. Laura has tried every other avenue to find love, and now she's come to Love is Blind with high hopes for establishing a genuine connection. Girl, you better hope they did better with casting this show than they have for the past 5 seasons. And I don't know why. Have you not seen the past 5? Like, come on now. This is your last chance to find love. You come to Love is Blind. And plus, you're only 34. Like, I hate when people are in their 30s saying, "Oh, this is my last chance at love." Life goes on past your 30s. Like, you can find love in your 40s, 50s, 60s. I just saw someone in her 70s get married, like walking down the aisle with her man. Like, it's possible. Like, don't limit yourself just because you're so ready to. I know your hormones are screaming. Like, the when people say when you're in your like early to mid 30s and it feels like your ovaries are just screaming for you to have a baby, that's real. That's real. So I feel like I kind of get it now why people in their 30s do that and want to, like, they're stressed being in relationships so bad. I feel like it's something in our biology around this age that really makes you want to go ahead and settle down and have a baby. You ready? I don't know. I can't explain it. Let's see. I need to quit putting people in a box and thinking that I know everything about them by the way that they look. That's a good start. With a few long-term relationships under her belt, Laura knows what she wants and, more importantly, what she won't put up with. I've dated plenty of guys who have no idea who they are or where they're going, and I'm looking for someone who's sure of themselves. That's why Laura will gravitate towards real men over mama's boys. Oh, I can't stand a mama's boy. I don't blame her on that. In the pods who want to settle down and tie the knot. Still, she's learning to lean into compromise, especially when it comes to household chores. She's clashed with past partners about her extremely particular cleaning habits. Aside from a spotless home, a shared appreciation of music is the quickest way to her heart. When she's not climbing the corporate ladder at work, Laura loves to attend music festivals around the world. Okay, Laura, hopefully you find somebody. I feel like it's highly unlikely on this show, especially since you said this is your last resort. But yeah. All right, bye bye boom. This is Jessica. Jessica is 29 and an executive assistant. If you tend to judge a book by its cover, you'll likely miss out on Jessica's really funny and goofy personality. Above almost everything else, for me, is a good sense of humor. Be careful with that, though. I'm not saying you having a sense of humor, but finding a man with a good sense of humor, because they'll have you laughing and you'll overlook all the red flags because you over here cackling on your back and you're not sitting up here giving a magnifying glass trying to see what is this man trying to deflect from. Okay, be careful with that. Let's see. One thing about me is I'm going to laugh, so that means he's going to be laughing all the time, whether it be with me or at me. Jokes aside, Jessica is ready to push past any reservations and lead with vulnerability. I really hope so, because just as well as a guy could be using jokes to deflect, women can do that too. And I hope you're not just going to be laughing and not, going deeper, because this is Love is Blind. Y'all are supposed to be looking for partners. So, like, don't get stuck on the superficial laughing. Period. I love laughing with a clown, but never date one. Okay. Once again, she has a hard time being vulnerable, and she's never really given someone a chance to fully know her. See, that's where that joking is. That joking sometimes can really be a wall to keep people away and not let people in. And no, you don't want to let the wrong people in, but if it's a good guy, don't use joking to push people away or keep them at a distance. If she does forge a connection there, her future husband must embrace not only Jessica but her daughter. who comes first in her life. Have we had people on this show that had children? Or is that is that Married at First Sight? Because I know on Married at First Sight, they usually, I don't think there's ever been a contestant on the US version that had a child. And I don't think I remember anybody on Love is Blind ever having a child. So I wonder, I feel like that's a little different. It's a little shake up. So if they don't accept her daughter, it would be a total deal breaker and a complete red flag because we're a package deal. As a single mother, Jessica has been completely focused on raising her 10-year-old, but now she's ready to put herself first in this experiment and find the right person. And also, you have to be careful with these fools in this experiment because you do have a child. Like, it's one thing to jump in a bad relationship when it's just you, but it's a child involved, and even if he never meets the child, this will air on television. So I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know. Love is Blind Brazil. People be having kids. Okay. I love a good sense of humor, but we can't play all day. I can't stand. Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie. Humor is a big part of a relationship for me too. Like, you have to be able to take jokes because I can take. I can take. Sometimes I get my feelings a little bit, but for the most part, I can take them. I like to give them, and I hate when people take jokes too seriously. I hate when people don't get my humor. So it is important, but like you said, be serious when you need to be. I feel like this is the first. I feel like this is the first too. She had a baby at 19. I wonder if the dad is present. Me too. That's a good question too. I'm gonna be really interested in hearing Jessica's story. I want to know what's going on with that. All right, here's Danielle. All right, Danielle in blue. That's a pretty color on her. She seemed like she kind of tall too. She's 30 and in corporate communications. Bring masculine energy and emotional maturity to a conversation, and Danielle will immediately take notice. Most guys she meets these days seem intimidated rather than motivated by her professional success. So she's looking for a manly man who can keep up. That does seem to present an issue for some of these men. From what I've seen, from what I've heard from my friends, and what I've seen on these shows, these men do seem to be really intimidated when women are successful professionally. In addition to her marketing career, Danielle is also in the Army Reserves, which she says surprises people. They're like, "You're in the Army? Yes, I can get down and dirty." It never shocks me when I see like a pretty or, high maintenance looking woman that, wears makeup, has her hair done, nails done, thing. That doesn't shock me because I know plenty of women like that in the Army. One of my best friends are in the Army. She's kind of prissy herself. So relying on dating apps has left Danielle feeling frustrated by endless conversations that go nowhere. So nowadays she's all about meeting face to face, or in this case, wall to wall. Wall to wall. Dating is really difficult in this day and age. She says it's hard to find someone on the same page and is mutually invested in you as you are in them. Having just moved to Charlotte, Danielle's started a new life in a city without knowing anybody, and she's proud of herself for being resilient throughout the entire process. While she's not looking to compromise on her freedom, Danielle knows there's a guy out there who wants to take the next steps. I don't know if I would feel comfortable getting married on such a quick timeline with a child involved. I feel you on that. Katie, thank you. I don't like that they have their social media links during these intros. Are they there for followers? Right. Why do they have their social media links? Exactly. Oh, let me get through it. We've been on here for 40 minutes. Let me hurry up and get through this. Chelsea. All right. Chelsea's, A little on the thicker side. She's 31 and a flight attendant and event planner. Love is Blind is an opportunity Chelsea has been preparing for her whole life. She feels she's been waiting long enough to find her forever person, travel buddy, best friend, and husband. Girl, like I just said before, you're only 31. But anyway, don't get it twisted. Independence is the key to Chelsea's ideal relationship because of her passion for solo traveling around the world. Still, she'd love to have someone tag along for spontaneous adventures, especially if he's the one navigating, because driving isn't one of Chelsea's strong suits. Ooh, me either. Relatable. Guys who just want to sit around all day and play video games get on her nerves. Because she's all about going outside and exploring great outdoor adventures. Other pet peeves, well, following too many women on social media, smoking, and love bombing are all red flags for Chelsea. She's ready to give the green light, but only to the right person, someone who could break down her barriers and connect more on an intimate level. Won't compromise on freedom, but you have to compromise in all aspects for a marriage. That's true. Like, some people want to have all the perks of being single, but they still want to have a man. Like, and I understand, like, because I've pretty much been single my whole life. But once you get into a relationship, you're not the only person's opinion that matters. Now, should the person run your life? Should you change your whole life in order to fit into that person's life or what they feel you should be doing? No. But like you said, compromise. You're not, everything's not going to be 100% your way, or shouldn't be, you know? People don't want to budge for nothing but still want to get married. I know. That's real. At this point, I hope the ladies are there to promote their social media or business. Every lady on every dating reality show should have that mindset, because these trifling men, that's true too. But it just gives, like, what are we really here for? All right, this is Amy. She looks like a Amy. Amy is 28 and an e-commerce specialist. Modern day romance has left Amy feeling hopeless about finding love. I don't go on dates. I literally work and hang out with my friends and family. I don't have the patience for apps. I feel like they're superficial. Um, She's more than ready for the experiments to kick her journey to find a soulmate into high gear and break down her walls. Amy is particularly drawn to creative types. She learned how to play the ukulele during C19 and spends her weekends singing karaoke. That's cute. And I would love to find someone to collaborate with and share her passions. Above all else, Amy's future partner must not only get along with her family, but also establish a really good connection with them and her culture. Also, it doesn't hurt if there's a guy out there who can snap a good pic. I love taking pictures. He better get ready to be an Instagram photographer. What is her culture? I want to say Hispanic possibly, but I don't want to just go run with that if that's not it. Ukulele. I don't know, y'all. So we have at least 2 flight attendants this season. Wonder how that is going to play out with them trying to settle down quickly through this show, considering how busy that job can be. Yeah, I know for a fact that presented as a problem. Y'all remember that season of Married at First Sight? Claire and Ryan, like, on top of the issues they already had, she was in and out, and I feel like you can't really get to know somebody if you're always gone. You know what I'm saying? So that could present as a problem. But yeah, that was Amy. How many contestants? First of all, how many contestants are there? And I feel like I've only seen 3 black women so far. Anyway, well, it's not like they're gonna show them anyway. Who is this? Amber. Okay, Amber. Prior relationships have made Amber realize just how integral trust is to a genuine partnership. That's a big thing that I haven't had in the past. A deal breaker would be someone who has cheated. Getting along with her extremely tight knit family is another non negotiable, as Amber FaceTimes with them almost every single day. I don't know, that almost could be a red flag if you're like codependent with your family, or if your family is like way too involved with your personal affairs, like all in your relationship, and feel like they can have, you know, an opinion on everything. You run back and tell them every time y'all have an argument or a fight. That could be a bit much. But anyway, falling in love sight unseen might be a risk, but dating guys on Hinge is just as daunting for Amber. Now, see, so we just got a good testimony from Hinge, and here's a bad one. Who wants to spend the rest of her life with a compassionate and confident man. This opportunity is amazing because it removes what we don't like about the dating world nowadays. She says it's all about really getting to know someone for who they are to the core, which is what makes a relationship last. Wasn't his face a pilot? Eric. Yep. Eric was a pilot. But Eric didn't seem like he traveled a lot. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, here's another black lady. I like her hair color. That's really cute. Her name is Ashley, and she's 32 and a nurse practitioner. Okay. Ashley has a type, and it's the old pretty boy player. That's the worst type to have, child. Who doesn't treat her right. I can't stand a pretty boy, y'all. I can't stand pretty boys. That's never been my type. They're so full of it, and half the time they don't even have a good personality. They everything rests on their beauty. They use that pretty privilege, and so they feel like they don't have to entertain you really, like everything you have to do it all, and I don't like that. I like you recorded. But she's ready to make different dating decisions to only meet men who uplift her. In my past relationships, guys have felt I was too good for them because I'm goal oriented. I refuse to be with someone that dims my light ever again. Please don't. Please don't. You're a nurse practitioner. Find somebody that is on your level or higher. And even if they're not, if they're a hard worker and they're confident, solidified within themselves, but I prefer you find somebody on your level or higher. Finding a considerate and positive gentleman who puts her first is a priority moving forward. And hey, if he happens to have a sparkling smile, it won't hurt, because Ashley's biggest fear is that his teeth aren't going to be nice. A lot of people really, if your teeth are bad, they're not gonna give you a second glance. And I think a lot of times we do focus on the physical. I'm not saying teeth is a part of that, but sometimes you can miss out on somebody good because of something cosmetic, Teeth can be fixed. But she also has had to learn how to be more considerate about respecting other people's boundaries. The world does not revolve around Ashley, contrary to popular belief. I'm a little bossy and I don't like being told no. Yeah, you definitely gonna have to work on that. Definitely. Nobody likes to be bossed around, and nobody wants to be with the brat. Hopefully she's able to find a guy to say yes, as love is the one thing missing in her life. I literally have everything. I have the dog, the house, the career, and the family, but I just don't have my person, and that's why I'm ready to go head first into this experiment. I went from average to ugly, and both were cheap. Okay. I like them pretty, but they can be problematic. Very much. Nah, I'm big on teeth. I know people that really are big on teeth. And if that's your look, I'm not telling you to go against that necessarily, but teeth can be fixed. They can. Right, date a man that we can get him some braces later. I've had braces twice, so I'm a bit much. It's giving toddler. I'm a little bossy. I don't like being told no. Yeah. You're gonna have to work on that, sis, because that nobody likes that. That is not a good trait in a relationship. All right, here's the man, Matthew. Are those glasses prescription? I always question that because y'all know I'm a prescription girly. Okay, when people wear frames that don't have a prescription in them, I'm like, are you just trying to look smart? I don't know. But anyway, he's 37 and a senior financial advisor. Matthew knows he's been emotionally guarded when it comes to past relationship, red flag. And that's why he's choosing to confront. Don't confront your issues on Love is Blind. Go to therapy and confront your issues. Work on them, heal, and then come to a show like this. Why are you fighting your demons? Why are you using someone else to fight your demon? No, that's not cool. When life presents you with an opportunity which takes that weakness and exposes it, how can you turn it down if it's really important to find someone special? Because that's not someone else's job. Oh my God. If he can tear down his walls, Matthew is looking for an intelligent, caring. Why are they even choosing someone who is saying that? See what I'm saying? They be setting these women up for failure. He's looking for an intelligent, caring, considering, hardworking, and driven woman in the pods who won't mind his boxer dog sleeping in the bed with them. Oh, that would be a huge problem for me. But there's plenty of people that don't have a problem with it. But that would be a problem for me. He's ready to put it all on the line to meet his perfect match, adding, I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't sacrifice to find the right person, and my commitment to this experiment is evidence of that. This man fighting his demons in 4K. Don't come up on here and be my experiment. Those shoes, I don't like them with that suit. Let me see. Yeah, them shoes are a bit much. I don't like them either. If he wanted free therapy, Married at First Sight was your show. At least they have experts. Exactly. This show doesn't even have that. Oh my goodness. These poor women. Here we go. What's his name? Kenneth. I got my eye on you, Ken. That's all. Not the dog slander again. Y'all know how I feel about that. Okay, he's 26 and a middle school principal. It's giving Miles. His season of Married at First Sight. Kenneth's relationship with God and his family come first, and he's looking for a partner who's aligned on making both a priority. Those two things are very pivotal to my existence and being able to navigate life. His perfect woman is caring, compassionate, intelligent, nurturing, and most of all, just authentic to who they are. Kenneth immediately takes note on self-serving behavior, which is a major turnoff. A red flag for me is when I see signs of no empathy or compassion. And I really hope he means true empathy and compassion and not bending over backwards, being a ride or die for you while you're gallivanting, doing whatever it is you want to do, ignoring her emotions. You want her to completely cater to yours. I hope that's not what that means. As a middle school principal, those qualities come naturally to Kenneth, who is now at a stage in his life to let a woman give them back in return. I want to find someone who I can see and say, I love you for you and you love me for me. He says, once that is secure, we can build off of that foundation. You know, he seems kind of young compared to the rest of the cast so far. It's the crushed velvet. Yeah, it was something about that jacket that threw me off. Maybe he needed a little tie with it. He does seem kind of young. I don't know. Hopefully he's giving sweet from that paragraph. So hopefully that's genuine. Hopefully he really is like that. Yeah, so far he seems decent. I don't like the shoes. The shoes are definitely giving principal all day long. Low key look orthopedic, but I know they be on their feet all day, so I'm gonna move on. As a 26-year-old principal, I question that. You usually have to teach at least 5 years before becoming a principal. You know what's crazy? Like I mentioned Miles was around the same age and he was a principal. on Married. He was a contestant on Married at First Sight. So I don't know. Maybe it's different for different states. I don't know. But you would know more than I would. You the principal. What's his name? Austin already. I'm not mad at having a little style, but it's giving early 2010s. I remember, we was kind of dressing like that back then. It's giving unserious, by the way, too. And maybe a little bit, what's the word? When you're stuck at a certain age. I can't remember the terminology for that. But anyway, he's 27 and in software sales. Austin is a bare bones kind of guy who appreciates life's simple pleasures. I work hard. I love my family and my friends. And one thing I love to do with a partner is have a morning conversation over a cup of coffee. Open and honest dialogue is a non-negotiable for Austin, whose ultimate deal breaker is when people don't communicate their feelings well, when things are bothering them. Ooh, I got to work on that. Now that's something I got to work on. That I'm currently working on. But he's also learned that people's actions can stem from things that happened to them that weren't their fault. So he's also willing to be patient with the right person. Austin says his best quality is his ability to stick to things that he loves, including playing the guitar regularly, attending music festivals, and practicing jujitsu, which he's been doing over the past 8 years. Arrested Development. That's what I meant. Yes, thank you. It might not be. Maybe he just likes to dress like that. But I feel like that's the way we used to dress back in the day. He is 27 now. I don't know. And he's also like an artsy type of guy. Woo! Jamal. Y'all, I do not like a tight suit. I feel like if you just go up one size, just one, like it doesn't have to. I don't feel like it's too tight, like he's gonna bust through the seams, but it's giving pastor too, y'all. I don't know. Like the shoes are a bit much. You could tell he grew up in church. Kevin Samuel's suit. I don't know, y'all. This suit is very loud. The socks are louder and the shoes are even louder. It's tight and exactly. It's because it's not too tight. It's tight in certain areas and it's loose in others I feel like it could have been tighter. That's the homie. Okay, I'm not gonna go in on him too bad. The Nutcracker. Yes, it do remind me of that guy from Ready to Love. Anywho, he's 32 and a store director. I could see that. I could see him being a director in like a store that sells suits. I could totally see that. For Jamal, dating and compatibility don't come with a manual. If they did, he would have mastered them by now, having swiped his way through his 20s. At this big age, I'm ready to find love in this experiment because I'm tired of dating. I'm tired of I'm someone who has experienced a lot in life. So this particular juncture is the right time for me to become a husband. Are you ready? Or do you think just because you're at your big age it's time? But are you actually ready? Have you done the work? Raised in a tight-knit household with strong Christian moral. Didn't I tell y'all he grew up in church? I can tell it. I can spot a church boy anywhere. Okay? Anywhere. That especially ones that dress like that, they all have that particular style. And you could just tell they grew up in church. You could tell. And nothing wrong with it. I just can see it. But Jamal is seeking a family-oriented soulmate who can blend well with his Jamaican and Liberian community back home. I can't lie, y'all. That's a red flag. I'm sorry. Every time an African man come on this show, and I don't mean to prejudge and stereotype the whole community, okay? But we have seen some things on this very show right here. And hopefully she won't mind his habit of bursting into song, as he has a tendency to belt out Chris Brown and Toni Braxton. But Jamal knows his true love will embrace him fully, and he's searching for someone who is able to receive him for what he truly is. Carolina boys and gals went to church for sure. I grew up there. That explains the suit. I'm telling y'all, look at him. You know he grew up in church. You know he grew up in church. He was probably like a junior usher or praise team, organ, drum, something. It's a no for me. Oh, Chris Brown. That's his Sunday best for sure. For sure. Okay. Ooh, Jimmy. Y'all. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I made a video not too long ago on TikTok mad at the kids for telling us millennials to stop wearing skinny jeans, that they're out of style. I don't necessarily think they're out of style for women, but for men, for sure. The men need to let them go. Especially the ones that have all your ankles out. And then you ain't got no socks on with them. I just don't like that look. That's just me, though. That's just me. High waters. Jimmy, sir, with the penny loafers, sir. Who? I cannot. I don't like men in super tight jeans either. I don't, especially when they stop here. He's 28 and in software sales. Jimmy is so ready to get married. In fact, he has been for a while now. But dating in the real world hasn't been working. His need for someone to check every box has led Jimmy astray in past relationships. So now he's trying to really get to know someone and build a connection. As a first generation college student on both sides of his family, Jimmy is hoping to meet a woman whose ambition matches his own. If not, he says she must at least push him to be the person he wants to be. Why does she have to push him to be the person? Like, there's nothing wrong with being supportive, but I shouldn't have to push you, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, Jimmy said he's very open-minded when it comes to dating, and has, as a self-admitted loud snorer, he hopes that his future partner will be too. How you gonna be so strict that somebody has to check every box? You said that at the beginning of the paragraph, but then at the end you said you're very open-minded. The two are not adding up. I don't believe that. You're just open-minded now because you're on Love Is Blind, but that doesn't end overnight. I'm gonna keep my eye on Jimmy because I bet you he's gonna be very strict in these relationships. He should be wearing Jamal's suit instead. This is a no. I can't talk. My man got work clovers on. Jeggings, skinny jeans, and those brown penny loafers with the pennies inserted. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I cannot. I cannot. Anywho, I mean, the suit isn't bad. I feel like it's the stance. I feel like it's his stance. He seems very eager. I don't know. Vince. Vince is 35 and a lawyer, and a woman who is a little bit of a tomboy will catch Vince's eye. He's a total sucker for girl next door types. Ideally, Vince will connect with a good Christian girl in the pods who will automatically fit in with his family. Well, luckily, there are a few girls that said they were very religious. So hopefully, those people connect. Past commitment issues have plagued Vince's relationships, so he's drawn to an experiment where everyone involved is looking to find their forever person to settle down with. Okay, sounds like he's been, people haven't wanted to commit to him in the past. As a former captain in the U.S. Army turned attorney, he's a very disciplined guy, except when it comes to doing laundry, which he has a tendency to pile up. Why do men always look for a maid or their mama? You can't do your laundry? You so disciplined in every other area of life. I bet you don't cook either, huh? Anyway, but he more than, oh no, I was wrong. All I had to do was read the next sentence. But he more than makes up for it in the kitchen, as his favorite thing to do for his partner is cooking up a meal, which he calls, oh, but I actually like that, Vince. You willing to cook? I ain't mad. I'll happily do the laundry. Is the basketball girl his chick? He likes the tomboy. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I wonder how tall Vince is. He seems like the type that even if she was taller than him, he would still try. He wouldn't let that affect it, hopefully. Vince might work out for somebody. Yeah, I get a good feeling from Vince. I do. And even the way he's postured, he almost seemed a little unsure at first, but he just seems like he's a sweet guy. Like he's not trying to put on. I hate laundry, but I do it still. You got to do it. You got to do it. Here we go. Clay. And I hate to judge. I mean, this is first impressions, okay? The suit is giving player. The suit is actually giving player from the 90s, especially with the open, unbuttoned collar and the 2 chains right here. And then these particular sneakers with that suit. And then he got the haircut on top of him. Not the here we go every time we see a black man. Shade. Let me watch my biases. Anyway, player from the Himalayas is giving me 30-year-old guy matched to Jasmine from Married at First Sight. I can see it. Okay, he's 31 and enterprise sales / entrepreneur. Adaptability is at the top of Clay's list when it comes to qualities he's looking for in a partner. Relationships are a roller coaster, and I need someone who's going to stay with me through the test of time. Relationships don't have to be a roller coaster. Or are they just a roller coaster with you? Cleanliness also ranks fairly high, as Clay has no patience for bad hygiene. If you're smelling bad, I'm going to tell you. I'm sure he's going to say it just like that. However, he's also working on his overly blunt delivery, which he says has been a point of contention in past relationships. But at the end of the day, Clay won't compromise on being himself, and he's searching for a soulmate who isn't looking to change him or his self-admitted huge ego, which he knows could annoy his potential wife. Then why are you don't want to change that? But yet he claims he's a very vulnerable guy who's ready to finally put the effort in the love department. I got myself a house. I got myself a good job. This is the moment where I'm ready. Yes, that's great. Financially, you're ready. But it doesn't sound like emotionally you're there. It sounds like the emotional intelligence is not there. If you're just overly blunt, you just say whatever's on your mind, you got a huge ego. Sound like you think everything is catered to you. You think everybody revolves around you. Clay is giving mean, yes. I thought that was Chris from Married at First Sight. Cost cutter special is yours free. Once again, I'm telling you, house and job don't equal everything. Watch them put him with the woman who said she is bossy and doesn't like no for clicks and views. I can see that. Anyone with a huge ego isn't trying to get married and don't need to be. Why are you trying to get married and you have a huge ego? We all know what that means. Clay is about to waste somebody's time. Exactly. The here we go was justified. I could tell by looking at him and how he was dressed. Sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. Let me see Clay again. Honey, don't his description fit him perfectly? Anyway, let's move on. Here we go. Here we go again with these short. The style itself isn't that bad, but maybe it's just not my taste. You know, these short pants with no socks and just the ankles just all out and exposed. He's a cute guy. What's his name? Nolan. 31, management consultant. Cat ladies need not apply. As Nolan says, feline friends are an absolute deal breaker after one bit him on the head as a child. Never mind. Me and Nolan probably can relate to each other because that's low key why I can't get along with animals now. Bad experiences from a childhood. Anyway, otherwise he's ready, willing, and open to all that Love is Blind has to offer because he's truly here to find a wife. Love, loyalty, faith, friendship, and someone who doesn't mind if he disappears to the golf course for hours at a time are the qualities he's most attracted to in a potential partner. I want someone that loves love as much as I love love, he says. In Nolan's past relationships, his overly high standards have been a detriment, but he just won't put up with anyone who's not serious about their future. And that's why he's not playing around in the pods. I really hope there's someone on the other side of that wall who's looking for a husband. That's why they're there. That's the whole point of coming. But I don't know. My man, that's the one you like. Oh, this is Clay. No. This is Nolan. Never mind. I don't know yet. I'm side-eyeing a little bit. Is this a mullet? Who is this? Trevor? Is this who everybody was talking about? Or was it Clay? I can't remember. This your man. Okay. He got a mullet. Do he not have a mullet? Okay. It's the arms for me. He's 31 and a project manager. Trevor has experienced the many phases of dating throughout his 20s, hookups, messing around, and not taking relationships seriously. But now he's done with all of that and ready to commit to his forever partner. She must be just as driven as he is because a red flag is someone who has no goals. And if she can keep up with his physical fitness routine and ignore his bad habit of chewing ice while watching TV, Trevor is looking forward to starting his next chapter with a wife and his 3 dogs. Ooh, 3. Who are like his children. Trevor has a major soft spot for kids as he works as a caretaker for children with disabilities directly out of college. I'm very patient with them. He says, I love interacting with kids with special needs, and I work at camps with an array of kids with Down syndrome or on the autism spectrum. Now, you know what? I never would have thought of that looking at him, but it does take a special level of patience and compassion to do that. So I actually really respect him for that. Now, that is a lot of dogs, especially when you consider all of them your children. But I don't know. That did kind of soften me up a little bit. Yes, that's what I said. Is that a mullet? I believe it's a mullet because it's shaved down on the sides. It's tapered down, but then it's hair in the back. It's definitely a mullet. Those pants remind me of a Sears appliance salesman. He can sell me anything and I'll buy it. Oh my goodness. Let's get to know this man a little bit better first. Okay. 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 This is Drake. Interesting. I forgot Drake is half white, so that could very well be one of those names. But anyway, he's 32 and a video producer. What kind of videos? Drake is keeping his eyes and heart open in the pause to find a partner who believes that every day has the potential to be the best day ever. As a video producer, it's paramount that Drake ends up with someone who appreciates and accepts creativity, which is the bedrock of his personality. I'm looking for someone who is not just going through the motions, but wants to build something very special together. At this point in his life, Drake says that he's put in the time and energy to work on himself to better understand what he really wants in a partner. I'm ready to find love now because I love myself. He only asks that others be respectful of his time because flaking on plans or constantly rescheduling is another serious red flag. Drake. I need to see him live on the show because he's cute, but something's missing. I forgot Drake was a real name too. I was like, but then I had to remember, isn't Drake Drake's middle name, like Aubrey Drake Graham? Isn't that his middle name? I forgot that's an actual name. And then I was like, it's a white man named Drake. And I'm like, oh yeah, Drake is half white. Okay. I can see how that adds up. But yeah, he seems like a little cutie. He seems, like he'll be a nice guy, but we'll see, child. And I don't mean to say this. It's the bun. I don't know. I might be completely wrong, y'all. It's the bun. But what's his name? Ariel. Once again with the skinny jeans. He has the little dash shirt on. The Chelsea boots. I don't know. He's 32 and a mortgage broker. The rumor has it that Ariel is a huge Adele stan and he's looking forward to rolling in the deep. Okay, his favorite song is actually Water Under the Bridge once he enters the pods. He's searching for love for the ages in this experiment now that he's getting settled both professionally and financially. I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to take the next step. I've always wanted a family, and I think now's a good time to start that beginning process. And while he's serious about finding a life partner, Ariel knows my joking around more often than not gets on a lot of people's nerves. So he's hoping to meet a hardworking, dedicated, and overall just an easygoing and funny woman who, much like his favorite singer, doesn't currently smoke cigarettes. I would like him more without the bun. Someone told me that's Bartisa's cousin. He's kind of cute. Is he? Let me see. I do think let me look at him without the hair. I do think he looks better without the hair. I don't know. Bartisa's cousin is hilarious, though. I don't think I've ever met a huge Adele stan. Me either. Like, I feel like people generally like Adele, but nobody that's just like, oh, Adele's my favorite. I could be, maybe I just didn't come across enough people that do. Let's move on. This is Jeremy. The hair is a little off to me. Why are they all basically wearing the same outfit too? Like, at least his are a little looser and they touch his pants. I'm not mad at that, but they're all wearing like a blazer with like jeans. He's 32 and intralogistics. Jeremy says he has two speeds, couch potato and doing something outdoorsy. He's looking for a partner who can match his energy on both fronts in hopes of building a full life together someday. A daily routine is a big priority for Jeremy, whose perfect match can join his daily ritual of working out and being physically active. Sleep is just as important, but Jeremy hopes that snoring like a freight train won't get on his partner's nerves. Oh my goodness, like a freight train is that loud, Jeremy? Ultimately, he's going to forge a life-changing and authentic soul connection with his future spouse, as he's done with superficial dating practices on apps and social media. A deal breaker for me in a relationship is someone who is not genuine. Freight train. And hmm. Okay, Jeremy. Maybe we could work on the snoring though. I saw something on TikTok. I think it's something you stick in your nose. Um, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was. I haven't researched it, but it's something you could stick in your nose and supposedly it keeps you from snoring. I don't know how well that works. Um, but yeah. Okay. This is Dion. Dion also looks like he grew up in church a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But he seems okay. He seems sweet. 27 software sales. Dion says his love story soundtrack will be an early 2000s R&B song. As a DJ in his off hours, Dion has always invested in his passion for music and he loved to duet with the woman of his dreams. I would be a little a DJ, so you say. Yeah, he does. That's his side gig, but I would still Anyway, he's seeking something beyond a physical connection now, like having a best friend, so we could finish each other's sentences. Communication skills are something he really prides himself on, but be warned that he has zero tolerance for people who talk down or gossip about others. If you can make Dion crack a smile, or better yet, laugh at his corny jokes, you'll immediately catch his attention. But don't be fooled by his particular sense of humor because he's extremely serious and as well, particularly when it comes to meeting his soulmate. And I'm trying to think about who was that girl that said she loved to laugh? Because I feel like that's probably the one he's gonna be matched up with, but isn't that the one that also has a child? I don't know. Malcolm Jamal Warner, he does look like him. He really does. He really does. Okay, here we go. Ben, once again with these jeans and a blazer, and then now with these shoes. And the shoes made him look short. Does he look short to y'all? Ben is 34 and a cloud solutions architect. Interesting. Ben's Ben's been pretty at peace over the past few years, enjoying the freedom to do whatever he wants, be it swing dancing, Muay Thai boxing, or even solo cooking classes. But he's ready to risk it all for the right person without an actual connection. Because risk it all for the right person, because without an actual connection and partner, you can't experience true joy. Who said that? In the pods, he's hoping to come across that once in a lifetime kind of chemistry that will push him to open up and let his guards down. I want someone to add value to my world and add value to my peace. He says sharing his ideal partner would join him on walks with his beloved dog and fitness classes. His biggest challenge in the pods might be using humor as a defense mechanism. I was just talking about that earlier. As Ben knows, he could be too sarcastic for his own good. But should the right woman be waiting behind that wall, Ben has already started preparing for the next phase of life. I work from home because eventually I want to be around my future family 24/7. He wants someone to push him to open up and let his guard down. You have to already be ready to do that. Why you need somebody to push you? And then not only that, you want to meet somebody and move in with them and spend 24/7 with them by working from home. What if y'all both work from home? You already have a hard time letting your guard down. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Anyway, how many more we got? Okay, he the last one. Cause I'm like, I feel like I've been sitting up here a long time. All right, Johnny. Once again with the skinny jeans and the blazer. I feel like they all just have a different variation of this outfit. Johnny is 28 and an account executive. Johnny has tried to find the one through dating apps, in grocery stores, and yes, even on blind dates. But he's had trouble forming anything beyond a really surface level connection. So he's coming to Love is Blind to tune out all of the other distractions and dig deep. Independent women, please come to the front because Johnny is attracted to the people who stand on their own 2 feet. He's also hoping his forever partner will join him on the slopes. He's an avid snowboarder who hits the mountains almost every weekend and in the skies, as he has dreams of learning how to fly a plane. But Johnny has his feet fully planted on the ground when it comes to love, adding, I'm not just some 27-year-old kid. I'm an adult now and I want to see what it takes to make this experience work. So he has done all that, and his takeaway is his antiquated view that he doesn't have a complete life without a woman. That's crazy. Someone who should make you feel comfortable to let your guard down, but push sounds like work. Ben, go outside and get out. Y'all going in on Ben. Dang. Some people I can just tell aren't going to make the cut. You can tell. You can. This guy right here, he claims he likes independent women, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I really don't have much hope. I mean, the show has let us down so many times that it's hard to really think that any of this is, gonna work out. But we'll see. Make sure y'all like the video. Give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. We've been on here an hour and a half. This really was fun. For those who caught the live late, I will be reposting a video. It most likely will be up there tomorrow. I have to wait for it to process before I can make it go back live. But yeah, shout out to Replay Gang, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.